Hi friends, this is Valley with Valley Art, and I want to take advantage of this cozy fall afternoon to share with you some of the books and magazines that I use to embellish my journals. Some of you have asked me where I get them from, so I decided to film a little video. The first one is this beautiful magazine that I bought at the dollar store. If you keep an eye where they have the books, I find that in the lower shelf here and there they put some magazines, and I like some specific one. This one is like a design one. I have several, but look at this. And this specific one, I use it to create backgrounds for when I paint my ladies. It has very smooth tones and the pages are not glossy. These are the type of magazines that I always look for, because the glossy ones, once you apply acrylic, you touch them and the acrylic goes away, the gesso goes away. So in these particular pages, the opaque ones, everything stays where you put it. And as I said, you know, this one has very nice tones, and some pages you can use as ephemera. You cut them, you cut the little pictures. I used some of it already. There was a page that had this one is about different places in the world, and it has one about London. The London section, it's really nice. It has some, I think it was stamps. Look at the butterflies there. And this section is about New York. Let me see if I can find the London one, because it had the Queen there. Let me see. There. This image you can cut and use it for a tea spread or something about UK. Look at this. Very beautiful. Very nice. I can see any of these portion of pages in any of my journals. So this was $1 at the dollar store, and I have 3 more of these magazines, not the same, but you know, with the same concept and opaque pages. So very beautiful. Okay. Also at the dollar store, I bought this book, and it's full of images and quotes, and of course, you know, I use it for my embellishment in my journals. The only problem with this is that the pages are glossy, so whatever I cut from here, that's, I don't do anything on top, because any paint is gonna go away. But you know, it has come in handy for many projects. Very beautiful pictures, very kind of farmhouse that is so trendy right now. So, and this was $1. And on the same collection, I found this one, and again, it's the same concept, but this is about nature. So, and it has quotes that I have used for different spreads in my journals. So of course, you know, this can be backgrounds, or you can turn them in envelopes, or just got like the butterfly and use it as an embellishment for the page. So very nice. So this is all about nature, and it was $1. So yes, and I wouldn't mind cutting it. So then I have this one, which is one of my favorites, and this I bought it at a bookshop, the Book Lady here in North Carolina, and this is very nice. And it's about plants, and it has different stories. It's huge. The book is huge, and I have used it quite a lot. The pages are glossy. That's the only thing that probably I don't like about the book, but it has wonderful images. Look at this. And stories that you can cut and make part of your spread. As you can see, I got something in here, and this is about berries. It has different sections, but beautiful to cut through. Apples, and this is the fruit section, and it has quotes in that beautiful handwriting. Look at these, and all the wording. Very beautiful. Beehives, stories. I love this page. This is one of my favorites. Sunflowers. And this is the meaning of different flowers. Look at this page. Wow. Some pages I don't dare to cut them. They are so beautiful. But of course this book, you know, I have put my scissors in. It even has a section in mushrooms. The pines. Leaves. Very nice. So this page is another one of my favorites. This is like the fall leaves, and how people paint them, and how the gardens are built in England, which I love them. So this one, let me see if I have the price here. No, I don't, but probably I paid like maybe $4 or $5, and it's called seed leaf flower fruit. So then I have this small one that I also bought at the dollar store, and here I use pictures when I'm doing something fancy about different animals. I got them and I include them in my journal. This is kind of I think a crochet book, but of course I use it for some of those pages that are a little bit more whimsical. This can be a nice ephemera to add, and it comes with little quotes, fancy quotes. So yeah, this is from the dollar store again. And let me see what else I have here. Well, these are books that I bought them with the intention to cut, but I cannot do it. This one I paid $4, and this is an introduction to nature, birds, wildflowers, and trees. And this is I wanted to see if it had a date, but it doesn't, it seems. But it's beautiful. It's aged. The pages are kind of oldish, and this is the nature section. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna create a lot of things with this. But then when I came home, I couldn't cut it. So it has a lot of pictures, and they look like pictures from the 60s. I think it had a date. So this is a tree, this is a flower section, very botanical and aged, very, very nice. So it has an explanation for every flower or tree. Very nice. And this is the section of the birds. So this you have everything in one book. But I think I'm gonna have to make copies of it because I feel bad cutting it. So beautiful. And all these books, I was just watching one of these in one of my trees a few minutes ago here in North Carolina. So I like to just look in what I see in my trees and then come back and read, you know, information about them. And sometimes, you know, it helps me in painting them. So very, very nice. As I said, it's an old book. Oh, I think it says 1946, 48, 50, 52, 54, and 55. So I guess probably it's from 1955. So yeah, this was a good finding. It was at the Book Lady. Let me see what else can I find here. This is another one that I got at the Book Lady. This was $3.50, and this is Garden Birds Facts. And again, and I use this book to press my flowers too. This came with some notes in there, and the notes are from 94, but I don't know the book. Let me see if it says something in here. 92. So this is glossy, which is not my favorite, but it has a lot of different facts about birds, and I again tried to buy it to cut it, but then I couldn't do it. So it helps me when I'm painting some birds to have an idea. This has very kind of, although they are drawings, they have very close-up pictures, and of course it helps me. Very nice, and it's only about birds, and it has facts which I like too, because I like to know what I'm painting. So very nice. This one, as I said, I paid it $3.50. It doesn't have anything in there. And then here it comes my favorite of favorites or of favorites. I think I'm gonna have to put the camera a little bit up for you to be able to look at it. This book I paid $7 at the Book Lady, and gosh, it's beautiful. It's called Wildflowers of America. Maybe many of you are familiar with it. So it says the New York Botanical Garden, and was wanting to see if it had a date, but it doesn't. It's an aged book, but it's beautiful. Look at this. Let me see. I want to see the date, but it doesn't have one. Look at these pages. They are gorgeous. I bought it to cut, and I cannot do it. It's so beautiful for $7. And it's so aged, and the handwriting or the writing, the font is so beautiful, that this is my favorite botanical book that I have. I know that probably there are better ones, but gosh, to create a journal with this would be a dream. But who would dare cutting a page from this book? Look at this. And it's one page after the other. It must have like 500 pages. So this was a great find, and it was in my first attempt. This is the first book that I bought. I went to look for something like this, and I found this one, and I think $7 is a very reasonable price. The problem is I cannot put the scissors in it. It's so beautiful. So, well, this is my book collection, where I get most of my inspiration when I paint birds, flowers, botanical. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked what you have seen, just leave a comment. Let me know what books you have and where you get your inspiration. Hope you have a wonderful week, and if you are in this side of the world, that you are enjoying a very beautiful fall. Bye.